Well guys, based on what I've seen lately, it looks like a cruise ship may not be the best place to be at the moment. I'm sure you guys have been hearing about a certain virus that has been putting most of the world in a state of fear for the past month or so. It just happens to have the same name as a famous beer company. But of course, just so you guys are aware, there is no relation whatsoever. It just happens to be a coincidence. Anyway, unless you live under a rock, you obviously know that I'm talking about the deadly coronavirus. Now, what you may or may not be aware of is that this virus is affecting the cruise ship industry in a lot of big and negative ways. So with that said, in today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about exactly what's going on with the cruise ship industry, how is the coronavirus affecting it. Along with that, I'm going to talk about the procedure as far as what happens when something like the coronavirus or any deadly or illness for that matter affects an entire cruise ship or a cruise ship industry. We're going to go over that and of course a little bit more in today's episode. And by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, the Shiplife is back.
Let's go!
Dozens of people were held on a cruise ship in Italy after one of its passengers started showing possible symptoms of the coronavirus.
A story in Japan where 3,700 people will have to spend at least 2 weeks locked away on a cruise liner.
Virus outbreak has spread to the high seas, with 2 Australians among 10 passengers infected on a cruise ship off Japan.
So as you can see, there are a lot of stories and situations breaking out regarding cruise ships. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to sit down and talk about every single situation going on because this would end up being an hour-long video, which I'm sure you guys don't want. But what I am going to talk about is just the situation in general, and I know a lot of people are curious as far as what it's like being on a cruise ship during, let's say, the coronavirus situation or any sickness outbreak for that matter. What happens? What do the guests do? What do the crew do? I'm going to break all of that down in today's video. And hopefully you guys find this helpful or informative in some kind of way. So before we get too far off into the video, for those of you guys that aren't aware, the coronavirus that we're currently dealing with started in Wuhan, China, and was originally reported as pneumonia-like symptoms. Since then, over 15,000 people have been affected worldwide, and over 300 people have died. Also, for those who aren't aware, the term coronavirus is not specific to just one virus. A coronavirus is a type of virus that you get typically from animals. SARS, for example, was indeed a coronavirus. Now, the first initial report for this specific coronavirus was only made about a month and a half ago, in late December by Chinese officials. Now, since then, it has completely disrupted the cruise ship industry, affecting big cruise names like Carnival Cruise Lines, Royal Caribbean, and even Costa. Now, I'm sure you're probably asking yourself, how are cruise lines being affected by this virus? So here's the thing about cruise ships. As somebody that has both worked and traveled on cruise ships as a vacation option, I can honestly tell you that even though it is a great option if you want to travel, it's definitely not the safest option. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say in the comment section that I'm wrong, but you guys got to understand, when it comes to cruise ships, something as little as the common cold could potentially spread to the entire ship. So with that in mind, you have to understand the level of paranoia and fear when it comes to the coronavirus. 10 people, for example, with the coronavirus could affect an entire cruise ship of 3,500 to 4,000 people. As a matter of fact, that's actually what's happening right now on a Princess cruise ship. And just so we're clear, just because 10 people out of 3,500 to 4,000 on the ship are confirmed to have the coronavirus does not mean everybody on the ship is going to get the coronavirus. However, that does mean the safety team on board does have to take precautions, which is why they do things like quarantine literally the entire ship. Now, when I say the word quarantine, essentially what I'm saying is that you are put on lockdown, meaning you are told when you can come out of your room, when you can eat, when you can go to activities, if there are any going on for that matter. Basically, it's just in an effort to control the spread of whatever disease is going on the ship at that time. Now, it sucks, but at the same time, you gotta understand that when you're on a giant metal thing floating in the ocean, it's very easy for something to spread, right? So you could get sick, which would not be good. But when it comes to the quarantine side, it can be okay. For some people, it can be a little bit stricter for others. Like some people may not ever be able to come out of their room, meaning whenever they want food or something like that, they have to have room service brought to them. And it's just a horrible experience. Trust me when I tell you that I've been through it to the point to where, you know, I felt like I was in prison. But, you know, it is what it is on either end. And that can happen whether you're a crew member or if you're a guest as well. But that's not even the worst side of it. Essentially what can happen is that the ship can be banned from going into port. I wouldn't say banned, I guess you could say they're just restricted from going into port so that they don't affect the islanders or the locals or wherever port that you're going into. Obviously, if you got a ship full of thousands of sick people, they don't want you to go to New York City because you could potentially spread it to the entire city and then in turn spread it to the entire world. And we don't want that to happen. By the way, guys, I am well aware that there are bigger things going on regarding the coronavirus other than cruise ship stuff. However, this YouTube channel is called the Shiplife, where I talk about all things regarding ship life. With that being said though, of course, this episode, I just wanted to kind of briefly touch in, let you guys know what's going on with the coronavirus and the cruise ship industry. However, I will be putting more videos out being specific as far as what's going on with each specific ship or incident that has been taking place within the coming days. Also, along with that, I know I do have to address the elephant in the room. It has been a while since I posted the Shiplife video, and last time I did, I basically told you guys that the Shiplife was no more. But obviously I've made a mistake and we're coming back, but I'll be addressing that in another video sometime this week. With that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, wrap this video up. I hope you guys are doing well as always. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and smash that like button. Also, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this situation. Is it a good time to cruise? Is it not? Does it not really matter when it comes to the coronavirus? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow when I post my next video. Until then, you guys take it easy.